Nominative case, possessive case, and accusative. Nominative is used for subjects, accusative is used for objects, right? So when we are changing the subject into object, then it is changing from the nominative case to the accusative case. In that case, what happens is I becomes me, right? We becomes us, he becomes him, she becomes her, they becomes them, you becomes you, it becomes it, who becomes whom. So you or it में कोई change नहीं है, बाकी all of these are being changed to some extent. All right. So I hope this is clear. And then we discussed the simple present tense, how the simple present tense is changing. And we looked at the formula. The simple present tense, when we are talking about positive declarative sentences like I love ice creams or Jack eats an apple, it is simply subject V1, that is the base form of the verb or the bare infinitive plus the object. And how is it changing into passive voice? It is becoming object plus is, am, are plus V3 plus by plus subject. So an apple is eaten by Jack, right? So this is how we completed the entire set. So first we have declarative sentences. Second, we have negative declarative sentences. Third, we have interrogative sentences, right? Questions. And the fourth one is using interrogative with who, making interrogative sentences with who. And all the examples are also given here. Okay, if you guys face any problems, any doubts, please ask. Next, we come to the present continuous tense. We also completed the present continuous tense, and same formula is used here. Subject is am, are, V1 plus ing plus object. So Jack is eating an apple. Jack is eating an apple. So what does the passive become? An apple is being. We are adding being in the continuous tense. An apple is being eaten by Jack, right? And again, we have four formulas here for the declarative sentence. Negative declarative, next is interrogative, and the last one is interrogative using the WH word who, right? Who इस्तेमाल करके जो भी प्रश्न बनते हैं. So this is how far we did, right? So the
Ma'am,
next thing, yes.
if we say sentence like Ram is going to school.
Ram is going to school. So in
Yes.
this sentence, if you look at the sentence clearly, the is going what to say, is going a transitive verb. क्या going transitive verb है? क्या इस subject का क्या इस sentence में कोई object है? Is there an object in this sentence? Ram is going to school, right? If I write Ram is going to school, in this sentence, we know that Ram is the subject. Very nice. Ram is doing an action. What is he doing? He is going to the school. So going is our verb. Is going is our verb. To school. क्या ये हमारा object है? Is this our object? No, it is not our object, right? What is this? This is basically a prepositional phrase. To school is a prepositional phrase which is working as a verb complement. ये complement कर रहा है verb को, but it is not the object. क्यों? क्योंकि directly school पर कोई action नहीं किया जा रहा है, right? If I write a sentence like Ram eats apple, in this sentence you can see the action of eating the apple is direct. एप्पल को डायरेक्टली पकड़ के खाया जा रहा है. सो वो जो एप्पल है उसी पर डायरेक्ट एक्शन हो रहा है. पर ये जो गोइंग है, क्या हम गोइंग स्कूल पर कर रहे हैं? इज द एक्शन हैपनिंग डायरेक्टली ऑन द स्कूल? नो, we are going to the school, but the action of going is not directly happening to school. Another way of recognizing this is the preposition to. preposition का इस्तेमाल किया गया है, right? अगर डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट होता तो इसके बीच में कोई preposition नहीं होता. If this were the direct object of going, if school was the direct object of going, then we wouldn't have used a preposition to. Understood? Yes. Who asked this question?
Yes.
Yes, Soumya, got it. So
Yes.
in this case, we cannot change it into passive voice. I told you guys already three rules, three scenarios when we are not able to change the active into passive. One is when we are using linking verbs, right? He is a good boy. So in that case, I cannot change it into passive. Second is intransitive verbs like this, going. It doesn't have an object, so we cannot change it. And the third one was when we are using the subject and the object are same. So we are using reflexive pronouns. I love myself. Okay. So these three scenarios, we cannot change it into passive voice. Very
Ma'am,
nice. Any? Yes. Yes, Z.
ma'am, can you please share your sentence? Yes, ma'am. Can we change the sentence? Ram is going home. Then the home is object in the sentence.
No, even if I say Ram is going home, it still isn't the object of the sentence. Why? Because it is still functioning as a complement. Okay, Z. And how do
Yes,
we
ma'am.
know that it is functioning as a complement? Home is a word that is not preceded by the preposition. ये हमें पता है rule. We know this rule that home does not use the preposition to when we are going to home, right? But that doesn't mean that it becomes the object because the action is not directly happening on the home. If I say
Okay.
Ram is breaking the home, Ram is breaking the home. The action of breaking is directly happening on the home, right? But if he
Yes,
is
ma'am.
going home, then the action of going is not directly happening on home, right? Who is going? Actually, Ram is going. Understood? What is intransitive verb? Intransitive verb does not show. Let me write two more sentences. Intransitive और transitive का difference क्या है? ये अच्छे से समझिए. If I say Ram is going home, and if I say Ram is breaking home, right? Breaking the home or house, basically. Just for your understanding, I'm writing the home. Uh, if you look at these two sentences, Ram is the subject. We know this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is going and is breaking. These are our verbs. And then we have home and home. Now the question is कि ये object है या complement है? How will we understand? Very simple. Object is something on which the action happens. Always remember this. Object is something on which the action happens. So is the action of going happening to home? No. The action of going is actually happening to Ram. Who is going? Ram is only going. So when the verb is showing the action of the subject, then it is called an intransitive verb. Understood? And when the verb is showing the action of the object, breaking the home, what is being broken? The home. So then it is called a transitive verb. Very simple way of remembering this is if I say they, sorry, if I say they died, right? In this sentence, they died, you will tell me, yes, ma'am, they is the subject and died is our verb. But what is this verb doing? On whom is this action of dying happening? It is happening to the subject itself. So when the verb or the action of the verb is happening to the subject itself, it is called our intransitive verb. Why? Because it does not have an object. It does not have an object. उसका जो हमारा काम है उस verb का, वो subject पर ही हो रहा है. Understood? Yes, Z?
Definitely, ma'am. You mean to say if a verb is related to Ram, then it is intense. Which one?
Intransitive. Intransitive. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Right?
Okay.
And these kind of sentences where we are using intransitive verbs, जिसमें हम intransitive verb का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, जिसमें जो action है वो subject पर ही हो रहा है, in those sentences we cannot change them into passive. Okay, those sentences cannot be changed into passive. Understood?
Definitely.
Yes. Any other questions? Any other doubts? Please ask. Okay, guys. कोई भी doubts है, please पूछिए. Okay. So please take screenshots because we will be doing sentences from the present tense today, changing them from active to passive. So हर एक का screenshot ले लीजिए. अगर कोई doubt है, please पूछिए. And we will move on to today's first topic, that is present perfect tense. So ये हमने start नहीं किया था and we will start today. So we all know what the present perfect tense is. Yes. Anyone remembers what are the uses of present perfect tense? क्या क्या किस किस कारण से use किया जाता है present perfect tense?
Ma'am, present perfect tense is used to describe an action which has happened just now, ma'am. At
Just
present,
now.
just now.
And not at present, it is called the immediate past, right? Immediate past. Abhi abhi hua hai, something that has
Yes, ma'am.
happened just now, but it is not in the present, it has happened in the past, but just now. For that we are using present perfect tense. Very good, Raghavendra. Any other reason why we use present perfect tense? Two more reasons are there, very important reasons. Yes, Shivani?
Ma'am.
Yes,
If
yes,
any
ma'am.
action is going in previous and still it's going on, so then we use also that time we use present perfect tense.
Absolutely. When an action happens in the past, starts in the past, and it is continuing in the present. कोई काम past में शुरू हुआ है और अभी भी present में चल रहा है, उसके लिए भी हम present perfect का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Very good, Shivani. Absolutely correct. Yes, Abhay. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am,
Good.
please increase later, ma'am.
Letter.
Yes.
Why
Ma'am,
it
for
is
that present perfect
Yes, ma'am.
or present perfect continuous still
Yes.
going
present
on.
perfect? It is present perfect. Present perfect continuous nahi. Present perfect. Okay, Anamika.
Okay.
And another
Okay.
reason when we use present perfect is when something has happened in the past, but its effect is evident in the present. अगर कोई ऐसा काम हुआ है जो past में
Ma'am,
हो
can you
चुका है,
explain could you give any example?
I'll give examples of all of them. Okay, one second. So when
Okay.
something happens in the past and the action is completed, but its effect is being felt in the present. कोई काम जो हो चुका है, but उसका effect अभी हम feel कर रहे हैं, उसके लिए भी हम present perfect tense का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. First example कि कोई काम जो अभी अभी हुआ है, that Raghavendra said, an action that has happened just now. So he has just left the house. He has just left the house. मतलब वो अभी अभी निकला है. So this sentence means that he has already left, but it has happened in the immediate past. इसीलिए we are using present perfect tense, right? Second example, some action that started in the past is continuing in the present. We have started our own business. We have started our own business. The action of starting happened in the past, but it is still continuing in the present. So we have started, right? And the third example is when something has happened in the past and the effect is being felt in the present. So, excuse me, the sentence can be something like, I have cut my finger. I have cut my finger. The action of cutting has happened in the past, right? It is not happening right now. It has happened in the past. But the effect of bleeding and the pain I am feeling right now in the present. That is why I'm using present perfect tense. All right, Anamika, clear?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Yes, Neha?
um, it work has been started from morning.
Work has been started from the morning.
Yes, ma'am.
It is present perfect tense, but it is in the passive voice. Okay.
We on that sentence we used been. Is it right, ma'am?
Yes, it is correct, but it is in the passive voice. ये passive voice में है sentence, right? So your sentence is correct. It is in present perfect tense, but it is in passive voice. All right, Neha.
Okay, ma'am.
So we will try and make some sentences and look at the formula, right? So the simple sentence will be Jack has eaten an apple, right? Jack has eaten an apple. So this is our very simple present perfect tense sentence. एकदम simple form में है, present perfect tense है. Let's look at the parts of the sentence. Jack is our subject. Has or have is of course the auxiliary verb. Eaten is our V3 verb का third form, past participle form. An apple is our object, right? Jack has eaten an apple. Now, how will we change this into passive form? Declarative sentence है, present perfect. Yes,
Yes, ma'am. An apple has been eaten by Jack.
very good. An apple has been eaten by Jack, right? बिल्कुल सही. So we are just using the formula. Look at it. Object सबसे पहले आएगा. An apple. I told you guys this is the object, right? An apple comes at the very beginning. Has or have. So has. Because an apple is singular. Has. उसके बाद been. We are using been. Then verb third form. So eaten. Here also we are using the same form, verb third form, eaten. And then by, of course, by. And finally the subject, and our subject of the active sentence was Jack. So Jack. So an apple has been eaten by Jack. Clear, guys? How to change? Yes? Any questions? Bataiye. We will do some questions, don't worry. But let us first understand. Okay. Next is if we use the same sentence in negative, Jack has not eaten an apple, then it will be the
An apple
object.
has not been eaten by Jack.
An apple has not been eaten by Jack. Right? Absolutely correct. Just we are adding a not before been. Just adding a not, right? And the last one here is a question, interrogative. So we will say, is an apple eaten by Jack?
Ma'am, has. I
Oh,
think.
sorry. This is the passive, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Has Jack eaten an apple? Right. Absolutely correct. So what will be the passive then?
No, ma'am. Yes, has.
Jack eaten an apple. So what will
Yes,
be the
ma'am. Yes,
passive?
has an apple. Ma'am,
Has
Has an apple.
has an apple
Has an
been
been
eaten.
eaten by Jack?
Absolutely correct. Has an apple been eaten by Jack?
Jack.
Right. So has subject Jack, V3 eaten, object an apple. Has Jack eaten an apple? So what will be the passive? Has or have. So apple is there, third person singular. So of course has. Then we are adding the object. The object was apple. So an apple, been, V3. Of course we have eaten here. So eaten by subject. So subject here is Jack, by Jack. So our passive is has an apple been eaten by Jack, right? And the last one we will do is who or whom, right? So who has, have, V3, object, right? And what will be the passive? By whom?
By whom? Ma'am, object I think will come before has if I have.
No. By whom has an apple been eaten? So V3.
Yes,
So this
yes,
is the
yes,
formula,
ma'am.
okay? So if I write who has eaten an apple. So what will be the sentence?
There is no subject.
By
By
whom
Whom
has
has an apple been eaten?
an
very
apple
good.
been
Correct.
eaten?
So if I say who has eaten an apple, right? Who has eaten an apple? Who here is basically the subject, right? Has or have, has, eaten is our V3, object is our an apple. What is the passive voice of that? By whom has object an apple been eaten is our V3. By whom has an apple been eaten? Okay, clear guys? Any questions till here? Bataiye. Any doubts till here about the present perfect tense?
Then I have a question.
Yes. Bataiye Z.
If we change the sentence into with note, who has not eaten an apple, then the note is before being.
Absolutely correct. You can definitely do that. Who has not eaten an apple? By whom has an apple not been eaten? By whom has an apple not been eaten? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
clear? Yes, there can be many variations as you can understand, but if you can understand these four, I think you can do more or less all the sentences, right? Because this is the very basic. Okay, chaliye. So is present tense clear? So we have done the three tenses from present, right? Simple present or present indefinite, present continuous or present progressive, and present perfect tense. These three tenses. And we all know that perfect continuous tenses cannot be changed into passive voice. So we will not do present perfect continuous. So are these three tenses clear? Then we will go to questions. Yes, guys, any questions, any doubts still here? Okay, then let's go to some questions and let's see if we are facing any problems there. All right, just one second. Is my screen visible, guys?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
yeah, ma'am.
Once just reshare. Yes. Is it visible? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Chaliye, let's start and I'll ask one by one. Those who want to answer, they can just unmute and answer. Okay. Yes, Abhay, would you like to start? Yes, Abhay. Okay. Then
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Yes.
Yes, Abhay, बताइए. First one, she gathers flowers.
Flower, ma'am. Flowers are gathered by her.
Absolutely correct. Very good. Flowers are gathered by her because this is simple present tense, right? So we are
Yes,
changing it into passive. Flowers, object, जो कि subject बन रहा है. Are because flowers is plural, right? Gathered is our V3 and by her is by the subject. Very good. Very good, Abhay. Yes. Next, Shima, you don't have to put your hand up. Do you have a question?
No, ma'am. I want to
Oh,
give second number
answer.
answer.
Right. I'll go through the list. Don't worry. So that
Okay,
I can
ma'am.
see your name. Yeah. Okay, Anamika, next. Would you like to try?
Yes, ma'am.
Anamika, बताइए. He
The
helps the
poor,
poor.
the poor is helped by him.
Very good. Very good. The poor is helped by him. Absolutely correct. Okay. Next we have Dipali. Would you like to answer? You do not keep your word.
Words are not kept by you.
Very good. Your words are not kept by you. Absolutely correct. Very good. Very good, Dipali. Okay.
And but
After the
the word is not words. Then we use is,
pardon.
ma'am, in the sentence
Oh,
your
sorry.
word.
Your word. Yes. You did not keep your word. Your word is not kept by you. Right. Very good. Thank you so much, Z.
Okay. It is
Yes. Yes.
singular. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. It is singular. Even I thought it is plural. Okay. Very nice. Dipali, thank you. Okay. After that, Karthik, would you like to try?
Okay, ma'am.
बताइए. When is your breakfast eaten by you? So this is in passive. You have to change it into active.
Okay. When when do you eat your breakfast?
Very good. When do you eat your breakfast? Very good. Right? So because this is in present, we will ask the question in the active sentence also in the present tense, right? Absolutely correct. Very nice. Okay. After Karthik, then we have Krishna Reddy. Yes, Krishna Reddy, would you like to try? Yes.
Meat
बताइए.
eaten.
Do you eat meat?
Meat. Meat eat. Meat eat. Did you eaten by you?
No. Krishna
Meat.
Reddy, remember when we are making questions, we are starting with an auxiliary. Yes or no
Yes,
questions, we
ma'am.
start with an auxiliary.
Did meat? Did meat?
Not did, not did. It is
That's
Is
ma'am, I'm
meet
little bit confused in odd number answer.
by you. Okay, I'm coming to that. Is meat eaten by you? Okay, so look at the formula once more, Krishna Reddy. The formula is when we are using questions like does or do, right? The question starts with is, am, are. In the passive voice, the question is starting with is, am, are. Okay, so just remember this formula. Yes, what doubt do you have? Yes, Seema. When is your breakfast eaten by you?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There is ma'am. So why you use here do?
It's very simple. Again, look at the formula, guys. See, look at the formula. Does or do. Okay, does or do. When the question has does or do in the active voice, it is changed into is, am, are in the passive voice. Okay, understood?
Yeah, ma'am. Got. Yeah.
So it's very simple. Why? Because the subject is usually a human being or something that can use the auxiliary do or does, right? But is, am, are is used with the object, right? So look at the sentence and you will understand as well. When do you eat your breakfast? You cannot say when is you eat your breakfast, right? You cannot say when are you eat your breakfast. Okay, so in this sense, what will happen when we are making it to passive? When is your breakfast eaten by you? Is here is agreeing with breakfast, not with you. Okay, so is here is agreeing with breakfast, and that is why we are using is. All right, so just remember this formula when we are framing questions in the active voice. In present tense, we are using do or does, but when we are changing it into passive, we are using is, am, are. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Got.
Clearly.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
next, who was answering? Krishna Reddy answered, right? Okay, after Krishna Reddy, then we have, yes, Manju. Manju, would you like to answer? Okay, Meera. Meera, would you like to try?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Meera, बताइए. Why does he tell lies?
Ma'am, I can't see. Scroll the screen, ma'am, please.
1 second. Can you see now, Meera?
No, ma'am.
Everyone else can see, right?
Now I can see, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Meera, बताइए. Why does he
Why?
tell lies?
Ma'am, why does he tell lies?
See, ये जो why है, ये extra है. Okay, इसको छोड़िए. Does he tell lies? पहले इसको change कीजिए और उसके सामने बस why लगा देंगे. Okay, Meera. Does he tell lies? How will you change this into passive?
Lies.
Does क्या बन जाएगा?
One, ma'am.
Yes, yes, Meera. It's okay. Yes.
Each.
Is lies हमारा plural है, तो क्या होगा?
Are.
Are. उसके बाद?
Are he?
Are he नहीं. Object आता है R के बाद. Object क्या है यहाँ पे?
Are lies, ma'am.
Very good. V3 उसके बाद. Tell का V3 क्या होगा?
Told.
Told. Very good. उसके बाद subject आता है. Subject क्या है?
He.
So he से पहले क्या आएगा? Are lies told?
By him.
By him. Very good. And हमारे पास why है. So क्या करेंगे? Why are lies told by him? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Meera. So the
Yes,
sentence is why does he tell lies, and the passive is why are lies told by him. Okay, very good, very good. Meera, look at the formulas in detail.
Because
Okay,
I
अच्छे
could
से.
not attend the class last, ma'am. Last
Okay,
class
okay,
I
no
could not
problem.
attend, ma'am.
Okay, okay, I understand. No problem. Watch the video. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Chaliye, very nice. Meera, thank you. Okay, after Meera, then we have Neha. Yes, Neha, would you like to answer? Whom do you want?
You, whom do you want?
Whom का क्या बन जाता है? Yes, Neha. What does whom become?
By whom?
by whom नहीं, वो तो who का बनता है, who का by whom बनता है. Here the subject is whom, subject ही whom है. Whom do you want?
Who, ma'am?
Who banega? Absolutely correct. See, look at the sentence carefully. Whom do you want? You here is our subject. Okay. Whom is our object. Want is our verb. Subject. So, अब बताइए. Object तो subject बनेगा. Object subject बनेगा. Object क्या है यहाँ पे बताइए? Whom is our object. So उसको subject बनाएंगे. क्या बोलेंगे?
You, ma'am.
No. Yes, anyone who wants to try this sentence, whom do you want? It's not very difficult. Just common, मतलब just सोचिए कि क्या change हो रहा है? Sentence कैसे change होगा? Object will become the subject. It will be in the nominative case, and so on and so forth. बताइए. Yes, Z.
Who is wanted by you?
Very good. Who is wanted by you? Absolutely correct. See, what we are doing is, it's very simple. Whom is the object? We know that in passive voice, object becomes our subject. So who is our subject here? And because we have to change the case, right? Object के case में हमारा accusative case में whom होता है. But अगर उसको subject बनाएंगे तो वो who बन जाता है. This we already know, nominative case में, right? So who, do का क्या बनेगा? Is बन जाएगा. We already know. Do becomes is when we are making a question, interrogative passive in the present tense, right? So who is, want का बन जाएगा V3, V1 becomes V3 wanted, and then subject by you. Who is wanted by you? Okay, just remember the formula. Just try and think कि क्या हो सकता है. Okay, very nice, very good, Z. Okay, let's try the next one then. Raghavendra, would you like to try the next one? They expect good news.
Yes, ma'am.
बताइए.
Good news is expected by them.
Very good. Good news is expected by them. Absolutely correct. Yes. Next, after Raghavendra, Shivani, would you like to try the next one? Children like toys and dolls.
I want to try, but active and passive is very, taken for me. I need time for that, but I will try.
Yes, yes. Try, Shivani. Children. Very good. Toys and dolls
are liked by children.
Are liked by children. Very good. Absolutely correct. Toys and dolls are liked by children. Bilkul sahi. Okay. After Shivani, then we have Soumya. Yes, Soumya, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Bataiye, how do you wash your clothes?
Ma'am, how are your clothes washed by you?
How are your clothes washed by you? Very good. Very good. Amazing. बहुत अच्छे सौम्या.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. चलिए. Last one, Z. Yes, Z. बताइए. Where does she keep money? Where does she keep money? Simple है, ज़्यादा difficult नहीं है. Yes. Yes.
Where is money kept by her?
Very good. Where is money kept by her? Bilkul correct. Bilkul correct. Very good. Yes. Okay. We will start from the beginning again. Yes, Abhay, are you there? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Abhay. बताइए, which pen is liked by you? So this is passive, Abhay. You have to change it into active.
Okay.
Which pen is liked by you?
Which do you? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, yes. Which do you?
Which do you Do you like the
Like, simple, like,
हाँ,
right? इसमें पेन
like
आएगा, कहाँ पे पेन आएगा बताइए अभय?
like pen?
You have to add the pen as well, right? Pen आना चाहिए. So,
Yes. Which
which?
pen? Like, pen.
Very good. Absolutely correct. Which pen do you like? Right? Which pen do you like becomes in passive voice. Which pen is liked by you? Very good. Very good, Abhay. Absolutely correct. Okay. After Abhay, then we have Anamika. Yes, Anamika, बताइए. Who teaches you?
One doubt, ma'am.
Yes, Karthik.
Like in 12th example, what is subject and
Which pen is liked by you? See here, which pen, which we can understand is what? What kind of pronoun? Interrogative. Sorry, demonstrative, right?
Yeah.
Which pen is demonstrative? Which pen is liked by you? Which pen do you like? So, you like, yeah.
I think
So
it is
this is the subject.
interrogative pronoun.
Which pen is liked by you? Which pen?
Demonstrative that these those.
Which is the pen? No, this is, I think, demonstrative pronoun, right? No, not demonstrative. Sorry.
That
It
these
is,
those demonstrative.
yes, it is interrogative, but it is, I forgot the word. The one that works as an adjective.
Okay.
Understood? The one that works as an adjective.
Possessive, you're saying?
No, not possessive. I forgot. I'll tell you. Okay. Just come back to the subject. You is the subject, and which pen, the entire thing is working as the object here. Okay. And do is obviously our auxiliary, and like is the verb. Okay. And you will see the same formula is applied. Object becomes the subject. Pen, and is liked is of course the auxiliary. Do becomes is. Liked is like V3, and by you, our subject becomes by you. Okay. Karthik.
Then which then the pen should go last now.
No,
If
pen
it
is
is
the
the subject.
object, right? Pen is the object. The object of the active sentence. It is the object of the active sentence.
In the previous sentence also, which pen is there, and the answer also, which pen is there.
So entire which pen is actually working as the object. Understood? This is called a what was it? Adjective interrogative or something like that. I completely forgot.
No, ma'am, my doubt is if it is the object, it should come last, no?
No, why will it come last? This is the passive sentence, right? In which sentence should it come last? You're saying in this one, active sentence.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't really have to come at the end. It should make sense that this action is happening to pen. The action of liking is happening to pen. That is more important. It is not always necessary that the subject will come at the beginning, then the verb will come, and then the object. Especially in interrogative sentences, it's not necessary at all. Okay, Karthik. And even when I was discussing subject, verb, object, I told you guys that it is obviously the common way of speaking where we put the subject at the beginning, then we put the verb, and then the object. But it is not an universal rule that you have to follow that. How do we determine that something is subject and something is object? By the way that the action flow is happening, right? The flow of the action should be subject to object. That is, subject you is liking the verb, that is the, sorry, subject to verb, and then from verb to object. And what is being liked? The pen. So we understand this is an active sentence where you is the subject who is doing the action of liking, and what is being liked? The pen is being liked. So this is an active sentence with the correct flow, subject to verb, verb to object. Understood? And in the passive sentence, yes?
This formula works only for which, ma'am?
No, not at all. Not at all. See, I think you're missing a point here. Okay, let me give you an example.
Because in previous sentences, if the subject is in the first place.
No, it's not necessary. Even in declarative sentences, once again. Even in declarative sentences, it is possible. I'm of course out of examples. Let me give you an example from the internet. So it is also called a delayed subject, and okay, let's take this example. Here are some wild strawberries, or okay, look at this sentence, Kartik. There are two methods of treatment for dental crowding. All right. So dental crowding is basically when you have too many teeth in your mouth. That is called dental crowding. Okay. And look at the sentence. There are two methods of treatment for dental crowding. In this sentence, we are not using any action verb, right? There is only one verb in the sentence, that is are, that is functioning as the linking verb of the sentence. Now, what is the subject here? Dental crowding is the subject here. And what is
One
the...
doubt, ma'am. Like
Yes.
like we have read in this middle voice that when there is a linking verb, then we cannot change it into passive.
Yeah, of course. I'm not giving you example of active or passive. I'm just trying to tell you how a subject can also come at the end of the sentence. Okay. See, in this example, there are two methods of treatment for dental crowding. Are is our verb. Dental crowding is our subject. Two methods of treatment is our subject complement. Okay. It is not the object because we are using a linking verb. If I were to write this sentence with the subject at the beginning, what will be the sentence? Can you try? Dental crowding, yes,
Has two method
very good, has two methods
of
of treatment. See, both of these sentences have the exact same meaning, right? In one of the sentences, the subject is coming at the end. It is also called a delayed subject, right? Delayed subject. And here, dental crowding is the subject that is coming at the very beginning. Then we have has, that is working as the linking verb, and then two methods of treatment is our subject complement. Understood? So in sentences, it is very, it can be done that the subject comes at the end. All right, and it can happen in all kinds of sentences, not just in interrogative sentences with which. It can also happen in declarative sentences like this. There are two methods.
These two sentences are in active only, no?
Yes, both of them are in active voice.
Yeah.
Okay, both of them are in active voice. In a similar way, we are using these two sentences where you can see. So how do we know that something is active and something is passive? Or
no, ma'am. My doubt is, like you said, subject can be at the end of the sentence.
Yes.
But my doubt is when we change it into passive, the places will like interchange, you know. That's
it's
only
not
my doubt.
about the place, it is the flow of action that is changed. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. It is not about the place, it is about the flow of action. If I say he ate an apple, and if I say an apple is eaten by him, or what is happening here is, it's not about he is coming here and apple is coming here. No, what is happening is the flow of action is changing. Here subject is doing the action and object is receiving the action. This is the flow of action in an active sentence. Okay. Subject, verb, object. It doesn't matter where the subject is in the sentence, it will always do the action, and it doesn't matter where the object is in the sentence, it will always receive the action. But in a passive sentence, what happens, this flow of action becomes it goes the other way. So the the object is doing the action and the subject is receiving the action. Okay, so the flow of action becomes object, verb, subject. And no matter where the subject is, no matter where the object is, the flow of action will always be this. Understood?
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Yes, Kartik. So in this sentence also, which pen do you like? You is doing the action. You is the subject. And liking is being done to the pen. Which pen? So basically, the flow of action is still subject, verb, object. So that is why this is an active sentence. Not because the subject comes at the beginning or at the end. Okay.
Ma'am, but meaning is same.
The meaning is same, of course. The meaning
Yeah.
remains same, but the flow of action changes. All right. And that is how we determine whether it is active or passive. It's not whether they are changing places or not. Okay, chaliye. Next, let's try the next one quickly. Who was answering? I forgot. I think Kartik was only answering, right?
Anamika.
Okay, Anamika answered. Did you answer?
Yeah.
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay, Anamika, tell me who teaches you?
Yeah. Are
Who
you
becomes?
taught by whom?
No.
Are you taught by whom?
Are nahi aayega. There is no auxiliary in this sentence. So why will we use an auxiliary, right? It will start with who ka ban jayega? By
whom?
Then
by whom you taught.
Are you taught?
Are you taught?
By whom are you taught? Okay, look at the structure. Anamika, वो क्या बोलते हैं उसको formula अच्छे से देखिए. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's try the next one.
I interchanged. Are you taught by whom? Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
I got it.
It will start with by whom are
By
you
whom
taught?
taught.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes. Anil, would you like to try the next one? Okay. Dipali, quickly बताइए next one. This officer does not punish his juniors.
The juniors are not punished by this officer.
Very good. Very good. Absolutely correct.
Are
the juniors
not,
are not
punished.
Don't know what happened. Are not punished by this officer. Absolutely correct. Okay. Okay. After Dipali, then yes, Anil, would you like to try?
I think that answer is wrong, no? The juniors, because there is possessive adjective, no? His.
Oh, sorry, his juniors, not the juniors. Yes.
No, his juniors become officers' juniors, no? As you said yesterday, like.
Yes, officers' juniors are not punished by him. That
Yeah.
should be his juniors are not punished by this officer. Yes. It will be this officer's juniors are not punished by him. Okay, this will be the sentence. This officer's juniors are not punished by him. Okay, understood?
Ma'am, how that this officer's juniors?
Because what happens, Soumya, you see, in a sentence, if I write, Sam and his friends are going out. Okay, Sam and his friends are going out. आप बताइए मुझे सौम्या, what is the meaning of his? His मतलब किसका? Whom
Sam.
are we referring to? Sam, right? How do you know कि हम Sam के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि ये sentence में पहले आया है, right? क्योंकि ये sentence में पहले आया है, his से पहले. अगर मैं इस sentence को ऐसे लिखती, his friends and Sam are going out. So फिर क्या आप बोलते कि his का मतलब Sam है? Then would you have said that ma'am Sam means his? No, right? It doesn't make sense. How do we understand his is Sam? Because we are using Sam before using his. In the same way, when you are making a sentence, even in passive, you have to make sure that the pronoun comes after the proper noun. Our proper noun is here ऑफिसर, राइट? ऑफिसर हमारा प्रॉपर नाउन है, उसके बाद आना चाहिए उसका प्रोनाउन हिम, which means the officer. So here also the sentences may
Good afternoon, everyone. Pro learners, quickly join the Zoom meeting.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, Soumya.
Hello, ma'am.
Today, our topic is hero article. So I hope you remember day before yesterday, we learned about articles, a and the, and where we can use these three articles. In today's session, we are going to learn where we